Hello everyone, my name is Nate. Welcome to my Fluid Art channel. Today I have a new toy that I'm going to play with. This comes in a kitchen set. It sits in another little bowl or a little cup type thing, and you put your wet silverware and that kind of stuff in it so it all drains away. It came in a set and my husband decided not to use it, so he handed it to me and said, "Hey, do you think you could use this to paint?" And I said, "I bet I could." It has really cool, it has little holes in the bottom and these little raised bits here to keep it up off of the canvas. It's not very deep, so I'm hoping that that it doesn't disrupt the flow of the paint too much, but I am going to pour fairly slowly. So the plan today is to layer this cup and do a bit of a sandwich pour. I've got several colors here. I've got this nice leftover violet color, very pink tone, but it also has some golds mixed in there. I'm not sure what all is in that. I have some Amsterdam permanent blue violet, so it's a nice rich dark purple, and I have some leftover dark blues. This also has a metallic shine to it, so I'm sure there's some gold in there also. I don't know what went into this. I just kind of scraped all my blue cups together and stored it that way in a sealed container. And then I have some DecoArt Emperor's Gold, which is a nice, almost brassy gold color. And I'm going to layer those colors in between Amsterdam titanium white in this cup. And then the plan is to do a ring pour in the center here, and I'm going to turn it just like I would my Nautilus pour, so hopefully I get some spiraling kind of motion. I have some leftover violets thinned down for my flow extender. And yeah, so let's go ahead and layer the cup. I think what I want in the center will be whatever comes out last. So I think with these darker colors, I want a lighter center. So I'm going to put a little bit of white in the bottom. Oh, you know what? I should show you my consistency before I go any further. So I'll use this titanium white here. So it's about a medium consistency. It does leave a bit of a mound, but it's fairly thin because it has to fit through those holes and it has to slide underneath the rest of the cup. I wanted my paints kind of on the thin side. I did tape up the side here. I forgot to mention that. I did tape up the side here because there are some holes that come all the way to the bottom, and I don't want the paint coming out of that. I'd rather it come out these holes in the bottom. So that's why I've taped that off. Okay, so we've got some white. Let's put a little bit of gold on top of that. And a little bit of this pinky violet color. The dark violet. And then the dark blue on top of that. This may end up being a very purple painting, and that's okay. Okay, so that's my first layer. And I'm going to put a really nice thick layer of white on top of that. Just like that. And then I want a little bit of gold. And let's go for the violet again. That pinky violet color. And then the blue on top of that. And why not just a little more gold? Nice healthy layer of white. We'll do one more. And we'll start with the purple violet first. The pinky violet, and then the blue. That's good. Comes off of here. A little more gold, and it will fill up the rest of the cup with the white. Nice. So this canvas is a 24 by 24 inch canvas, and blend that all in here. It won't matter once I put down my flow extender. This canvas is a 24 by 24 inch canvas, which means that at a thick consistency paint, I need 20 ounces of paint. This cup filled up to the brim holds about 18, so there should be plenty of paint there. I'm gonna go ahead and find my center. This string has been dipped in my base coat color. There we go, there. And there. This should give me a good idea of my center. Okay, so let's place this right where those two lines meet, right about there, like that. Those little raised bits that kind of hold it off of the canvas, I've tried to line those up with the X from the string. So that should be fairly close to the center. And we're gonna go ahead and pour. I'm sorry you won't be able to see what's happening in here, but hopefully we can see it when it starts coming out. So I'm gonna do a ring pour in the bottom here, and turn the canvas slowly as I go. So let's start.
You're on a wire until it breaks. You can't be thinking you ain't got what it takes. This time you better drink your cup. Don't got all day, you gotta hurry up. So shake down, hold up. Better to feel it than never believe in it. Shake down, hold up. Moving around until you hit the ground. You better shake down, hold up. You better shake down, hold up. You gotta
So here are the wet results of my little experiment. It is very purple. There's a lot of this lavender color with the purple mixed with the white. I was hoping for a lot more white, honestly. I wanted that contrast. This center is beautiful. I love a good balloon dip. It just brings everything together. There's some really cool cells and drips that have come up through here. I do love all of these kind of spacey lines that are coming out to the edge. And I love that I spun it while I was pouring, and it gave it lots of interesting motion rather than just having straight lines out from the center. As I was pouring, I know you couldn't see inside the cup, and I'm sorry about that. Maybe I'll figure out a better camera angle now. Ooh, look at that gold sparkling in there. Ooh, that's pretty. As I was pouring it, there was not enough space between the tool I was using and the canvas, so it was filling up the cup. I'm glad I taped that line around the upper holes so that it didn't overflow from the top, but that meant that I had to stop a couple of times and wait for the paint to flow out. But you know what? This is really cool. I'm not sure what I see here. It definitely, because of the balloon dip, it definitely looks a bit like a flower in the center, but the rest of it's very spacey. It's cool. Too many arms to be an octopus. Maybe it's the top of a jellyfish. I'm not sure. I do like it though. I think it's cool. And I hope you like it too. Stay tuned for the dry results. So here is the dry result. This is very, very purple and kind of lavender. I was really expecting more white. Half of the cup was white, but I guess with that kind of medium consistency, it just kind of blended, especially coming out underneath that little cup, the holy cup that I was pouring into. But I'll take you in for the close-up here. It is quite pretty. The color variation is gorgeous. I love the soft and subtle little lines that are coming out through it. But I think this will be a better backdrop than the final piece. I did that balloon dip in the center there that turned out really good. That's probably my favorite part of the whole thing. But I think this deserves some kind of embellishment. So I will put my thinking cap on. If anybody has any suggestions on what I could do with this as an embellishment, let me know. But it was a fun experiment. You know I love to get crazy and try new things. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and come back and see me sometime.